Hey guys, Marsningen here, bringing you another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and so some interesting stuff has been data mined by Hydros and some of the other people. I don't know, from the way they've been tweeting about it, it seems like this was done by accident, but apparently Dokkan added a whole load of information into the files. Things like summon rates, percentage chance of link levels going up, all this weird stuff. But they've only posted some very vague screenshots of that stuff, so I don't really have like a detailed breakdown or anything. But one of the most important things is the upcoming Goten and Trunks banner. It comes out on Monday night if you're in the US, Tuesday morning for me, so not far away. It has been revealed not only that it is going to be a step-up banner, so we kind of expected this because they did this with like the Beerus banner, the Kefla banner. They really are trying to make these into proper bait banners to lure you to summon and drain some stones before the anniversary. So there will be step-ups. It doesn't say whether the last step is guaranteed featured, but we have seen that recently, so that would obviously be very big. But then the really important thing is the banner itself has been revealed. So this is the list. Obviously the new Trunks and Goten and the Krillin, LR Go Bros, and then Int Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. So this will be the first return of Gogeta, who has not yet returned on JP. So honestly, like, this banner becomes super good by him being included. So he replaces Golden Frieza. Gotenks is really good. Obviously the others are a bit outdated. Well, I say a bit outdated. Look at Fat Boo in the middle of Gotenks and Super Boo. So if we have a look at, this is the banner. So this is what it looked like on JP. It is exactly the same other than Frieza being replaced by Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. So this banner is actually pretty good. So unfortunately with the Go Bros being added in, it does make it an 8 featured unit banner, but it's still pretty solid. Obviously we got the Trunks and Goten are the new unit that are coming out. They lead the Gifted Warriors category and Kamehameha. HP and attack 170, defense 130, which is a very good, solid leader skill. Gifted Warriors is an interesting category. I'm going to do a more like detailed breakdown video of that probably later today or tomorrow. And then having Kamehameha as like a sub lead is, I say sub because it's the same leader skill, but as their secondary leader skill is really good because you can make a really good combo with that leader skill. And then Trunks and Goten are super good. I think because they came out at a bad time, I guess. I don't know. They're like super underrated. Even at 55%, the amounts of attack they can put out is ridiculous. They greatly raise attack on their super. They also raise allies attack by 30%. Then that's their partner super. You only need to have another Trunks or Goten on the same turn, or Krillin just on the team in general, which means obviously if you get the new Krillin from the banner, who's also really good, he activates that condition. And then their passive is attack and defense 150 when performing a super. Great chance of an additional attack and defense 50%. Great chance of an additional attack 50% again. So if you get both of those go off, their stats are obviously going to be insanely high. They get extra key and an extra attack and defense 10%, up to 50, and a chance of evading enemies' attacks, including supers, plus 7% with each attack evaded. So obviously this is, it seems weird when you say it like that, because obviously at 55%, they can't dodge, but they have this part of their passive that only increases when they dodge, and of course that is tied into their active skill. So their active skill, they get 6 key and they 100% dodge for that one turn. And it can be activated when you have a Trunks or Goten in the same turn, starting from the 3rd turn, which is super early. So in an event where you can put them in front of a bunch of attacks, they're obviously going to 100% dodge, and then this will massively stack up this part of their passive. So that can be very, very useful. And of course they give themselves an auto super, but I mean on most teams that's not going to be too difficult for them to super attack anyway, since they're not on LR. But yeah, they are an incredibly powerful unit. I do really want to get them, but again, it is kind of, it's tricky when it's right before the anniversary. But this Krillin that comes out raises defense on super, attack and defense 120, super class allies 2 key and 30% to stats, and then an additional 2 key and 30% for super class allies. Extra attack and damage reduction when there's an ally whose name includes Trunks or Goten in the same turn. So as long as they're on the same turn, he's giving 4 key and 60% attack and defense, which is absolutely ridiculous. So of course if he's floating around in the 3rd slot on this team, not only is he going to support the off rotation, but if you're running the double Goten and Trunks leader skills, if he's floating in the 3rd spot, you can have one of them on both rotations, and then that part of his passive is always active. So that is absolutely ridiculous. And then he also gets extra damage reduction, gives allies crit chance when there is a movie boss's enemy. So he is actually ridiculous. Like, side banner units lately have been so good when you think about like the GT Go Bros and Trunks and Goten, the STR Trunks from the Saiyan Day banner. Like, some of these side units that they're bringing out are absolutely ridiculous. And then, of course, the main event is the return of Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. He is the Giant 8 power lead, so I know that's a mission that people will have struggled with on the Legendary Goku event GT version if you don't have Gogeta. Obviously, he's ridiculous, super powerful early on because he gets the extra 40% attack and defense and attacks effective against all types for 8 turns. And then after that, he still has a high chance to be effective against all types. He also has the 50% chance to dodge. And then his active skill gives him more attack and defense and lowers the enemy's attack and defense. And he has to be hit 4 times. So something like that is super good in Super Battle Road, because obviously you can massively nerf the enemy. Even in events where you can't lower attack, you're giving yourself a buff as well. And that can be useful both in short-term events to give him like an extra burst of power, and even in long-form events, because you lose that extra 40% from your passive after the 8th turn. You can save up the active skill for later on in the event, just to give him that little bit of extra push right at the end when his passive is no longer fully active. So he is super good. Obviously, on any team you can put him on. Fusion, Kamehameha, super good on them as well. He is also a much better Shadow Dragon Saga lead, because it allows you to run the STR Omega and have a rotation with him and Oceanus for things like Super Battle Road. So he is kind of like a must-have unit, to be fair. And that is the whole point of this video. So now that this banner is so good, I don't think this is one of those like easy skip. And the problem is, as we've said already, it is a bait banner. It is right before the anniversary. So do you want to be spending stones right now? And normally the answer is no. But like, when we look at this banner and add Gogeta in here, like, Gotenks is super good. I think he's underrated, in fact. Like, he's so good. Turn 1, he's not amazing, because he's okay in his base form. He still greatly raises defense on super attack, though, which is really good. And then as soon as you hit turn 3 and he becomes Super Saiyan Gotenks, he's ridiculous, because he raises defense by 50% on super, and he has a chance to additional built into his passive. So if you have dupes or skill orbs, you can super attack 3 times, and each one of them raises his defense by 50%. And each of those super attacks has a 70% chance to stun. So for things like Super Battle Road, he is actually ridiculous. Tech Gotenks is definitely a dud on this banner, because we're going to get the physical Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks EZA soon, and he just completely blows him out of the water, even with the same name update. Like, he's such an old EZA unit that he hasn't really aged very well. And then Tech Exchange Boo, everybody likes to meme on him and how bad he is, but he's good once he becomes Super Boo, which, of course, the problem is, just like the Gotenks going up to Super Saiyan 3, you don't get to see that until at least turn 7. But with the power absorption mission for the GT Legendary Goku event, that's been super tough for a lot of people, and he is actually good in that event once he gets to Super Boo. So that can make the power absorption mission easier. And then same with STR Super Boo. He hasn't aged great. Like, he's not the best unit, definitely, but on the power absorption team, as the rotation partner for the LR Boo, he's actually really solid. Like, after super attacking, he tanks really well, even in the later stages, because he does raise defense on super, as long as you can get the Buhan transformation. That's the only downside. In a long form event, if you get the Boo Tanks transformation, then he's basically useless, which is really annoying. And yeah, even the Go Bros, they've aged, but they're still really good. And then yeah, Gogeta, who, if you don't have him, he's like a must-have card. I got 2 dupes from his original banner, so I still need 2 more copies if I want him to be Rainbow. And yeah, this banner has now become super valuable, has discount multis at the start, and remember, the big thing now going forward, Global has the coin exchange update. So if you pull a bunch of STR Super Boos that you don't need, or Tech Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks, you can trade them in for red coins now. And so with the first like steps, there's going to be a couple of discounted steps. I would almost recommend that those are like a must summon. Because it'll probably end up being like it usually is, where it's like 100 stones for 3 multis in total. So you're basically doing 2 multis and getting 1 free. But because you are spending stones on them, all of the extra SSRs that you don't need, you can sell. Because that is the thing. If you get bonus SSRs off of like a free multi when it's 3+1, or off of any kind of tickets or anything like that, they can't be traded for coins. It's only for units that you spent stones to summon. So yeah, if this has discounted steps and you pull, like, you might pull the Goten and Trunks, which is obviously a massive W. You might pull Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, and then yeah, you might pull a couple of Tech Gotenks and STR Super Boos, and you get a bunch of extra red coins. So, and you want as many red coins as possible for the anniversary, because so many good units are on those banners and therefore available in the shop. So, but yeah, let me know what you guys think down below. I definitely think that this banner is like a must summon now, even if it's just the steps. But let me know what you guys think, and let me know if you will be summoning. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Master Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below for the Discord and the merch store, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.